Viewers, amid the centre's push to strengthen safeguards against exam paper leaks and restore confidence in competitive examinations, a tragic incident in Maharashtra has once again highlighted the immense amount of pressure that's faced by students chasing the dream of securing a medical seat. 19-year-old Ankita Sangle, a NEET aspirant from Jalalpur village in Ahilyanagar district, died by suicide, leaving behind a handwritten note for her family. According to her alleged suicide note, Ankita took the extreme step after scoring significantly lower marks in the re-NEET examination conducted on 21st of June. Times Now spoke to Ankita's family, who claimed that Ankita had prepared extensively for NEET and had scored well in the first attempt. However, the developments surrounding the re-examination left her distressed, which may have contributed to the reduced score.
माझी पत्नी अंकिता हिने काल दुपारी घराच्या छताच्या पंख्याला जवळपास घेऊन आत्महत्या केली. कारण नीटमध्ये तिने अभ्यास चांगल्या प्रकारे केला होता. नीटचा अभ्यास करत असताना मध्यंतरीच्या काळात काही नीटचा गोंधळ झाला. पेपर फुटी प्रकरणाच्यामुळे तिला टेन्शन झालं. तिने पहिल्या परीक्षेमध्ये चांगले मार्क मिळवले होते आणि नंतर जी परीक्षा घेण्यात आली नीटची त्याच्यामध्ये तिला 166 गुण मिळाले. कट ऑफ हा 177चा लागला आणि त्यामुळे त्या नीटच्या घोटाळ्याच्या गोंधळामध्ये ती डिप्रेशनमध्ये गेली आणि त्यामधून तिला सावरता आला नाही.
Now, Ankita's death has become a flashpoint in the ongoing debate over the NEET examination process. After meeting the family, NCP SP, the Sharad Pawar faction MP, Nilesh Lanke held the government directly responsible for 19-year-old's death.
सांगली नावाच्या एका मुलीने आत्महत्या केली. त्या कुटुंबाला आता त्या मुलीने सुसाईड नोट लिहून ठेवली. त्या नोटमध्ये उल्लेख केला की ती घरची परिस्थिती, नीट परीक्षा पहिला पेपरमध्ये ज्यावेळेस पेपर फुटी झाली, नंतरच्या पेपरमध्ये तिला कमी मार्क पडल्यामुळे आत्महत्या केली. या सगळ्या गोष्टींना जबाबदार जर कोण असेल तर सरकार जबाबदार आहे. नीट पेपरमध्ये ज्यांनी घोटाळा केला ते सर्व लोक जबाबदार आहे. यावेळेस पहिला पेपर नीट फुटी झाली त्यामध्ये तिची ॲन्सर की तिला 350 मार्क होते. आत्ताच्या ह्या दुसऱ्या परीक्षेमध्ये तिला मार्क कमी पडले, 166. डिप्रेशनमध्ये त्या मुलीने आत्महत्या केलेली आहे.
Viewers, the handwritten note left behind by Ankita offers a heartbreaking glimpse into the despair she was battling. Addressed to her brother, the note speaks of family sacrifices, unfulfilled expectations, and a young student overwhelmed by the pressure of a dream she desperately wanted to achieve. Now, Ankita's story is not an isolated one. Across India, thousands of students are battling the pressure of expectations, competition, and high-stakes examinations. NCRB data shows that student suicides have witnessed a sharp rise over the last decade. In 2024 alone, more than 2,000 student suicides were linked to exam failure, underlining the psychological burden of high-stakes examinations. For medical aspirants, the pressure is not limited to clearing NEET. It is also about securing one of the limited seats available. In fact, every year, lakhs of students qualify for NEET, but only a fraction manage to secure an MBBS seat. Let's take you through the figures that reveal the scale of this mismatch. Now, this is extremely important to understand the reason behind stress among so many people and why some feel that it is time for NEET to be abolished. So, for example, in 2024, NEET UG 2024 numbers, these are 12 lakh plus, in fact, had qualified, but there were no MBBS seats, and around 2 lakh MBBS seats were there. Apart from that, there were 12 lakh plus eligible students who were left without any seats. So this is very, very important. There were 13 lakh plus who qualified in NEET 2024. Now, this is as per reports. There were around 2 lakh MBBS seats that were available. And just look at the mismatch there. There were 12 lakh plus eligible students who were left without a seat. And one MBBS seat is there for every 6 qualified candidates. And 2 PG seats are there for every 3 MBBS graduates. Now, this is the reason why there is, in fact, a lot of distress among NEET aspirants because of this clear mismatch. Let's go across to my colleague Rucha, joining us live right now for more on this. Rucha, even as we saw a protest in the national capital that led to resignation of Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, government plans to bring an anti-paper leak bill, wants to get it passed in the parliament. But the real story is that something needs to be done so that people do not end up taking their own lives. It's a heartbreaking story that has come from Maharashtra that tells us the problem is deep-rooted and it needs a radical solution.
Well, certainly this issue of paper leak needs to be addressed very seriously, because Ankita Sangre, a young girl, committed suicide yesterday at her house in Maharashtra's Ahilyanagar, is the 22nd victim in this entire NEET paper leak case. And according to her family, she was upset since the results were declared of the NEET, and after receiving low marks, she was under immense pressure, which led to her committing suicide yesterday. But her case is not alone. This is 22nd. The number is huge, and despite the resignation of the Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, it is definitely too late, and it's high time that government should come up with some strong, concrete solution that such kind of incidents do not happen again, because this is a nationwide outrage what we saw, which led to the resignation. But definitely the students who are under pressure, who received low marks or were under immense pressure after the paper leaks news got out, they had to study again, they had to be under that very stress. And this is not just a story about this one girl, but several other students, even they are battling the similar situation right now. Even Ankita's family, while speaking to us, has advised all those who are struggling with getting low marks or facing similar situation not to lose their hopes and give it a time and to process and accept the result. But it's difficult for the teenagers to understand what situation they are in, and after studying for several years, for long hours, you get to know that your paper has been leaked, your efforts have gone waste. And if we talk about the case of Ankita Sangre, she was very much confident about the previous examination results that she will pursue the very target that she had hoped. But this time she only received 166 points, which was very low according to her study or what she was expecting. And after all this, she could not take the stress, and yesterday at around 4:30 she ended her life. And after the family got suspicious that there was no movement coming from her room, they checked and caught her hanging up in the house.
Absolutely tragic and heartbreaking story there from Maharashtra. Rucha, thank you for the moment, for joining us with your input on this story.